So I stuck a video up yesterday. Oh, I didn't stick a video up. I stuck a photo up yesterday of one of my clients, Aaron. He was 20 stone in the biggest photo, just over 20 stone. And the photo was taken ages ago and he couldn't get a good run at it. We did start to really lose that body fat end of last year, start of this year. And then lockdown happened and he's on for hitting about 5 stone off over a short course of time. And I wanted to talk today about some of the comments regarding willpower, discipline, motivation that were made under his post and sort of highlight why people fail and will never get the results that Aaron got in his photos. So for me, you need 3 things to get in shape, or 3 phases. Now, I am no psychologist, I'm just a coach and I teach people how to do a bit of weights, but the first one is motivation. This comes up all the time. Wish I had your motivation. Oh, I need motivation. Can't get motivation. Motivation to me is the trigger, right? And the trigger of just, I'm going to join a gym. I'm going to get a coach. I'm going to join a martial art club. I'm going to buy a mountain bike. I'm going to do something. So motivation is just, right, I'm going to do this. I want to do it. And motivation is generally based off inspiration or desperation. So inspiration being, going to join a gym because I want to go on holiday next year and be ripped and shredded, or I want to do a photo shoot for a 50th, or it's desperation where guys like Aaron go, you know what, I'm carrying a bit of weight here, starting to get out of breath, going up the stairs, I don't want to, health is important of young kids, and so people need inspiration or desperation, and that's generally your motivation. So that's the first part. Motivation is just fucking the trigger to get going. The second part is being persistent. Now, being persistent, like we're teaching the kids to brush their teeth at the minute, and it's an absolute ball ache because they don't want to do it. Especially my youngest, she's just like, too spicy. Now, we get them to brush their teeth and all that, and they hate it, and you just have to be persistent at this stage. Now, for me as an adult, I don't need motivation or discipline or willpower to brush my teeth. I was persistent enough as a kid, whether I wanted to be or not, that it's become habit. So you have to get through the persistency stage. I try and make it for clients that the persistency stage is a very short stage that you just have to get through, and you lose some people in that stage that they just don't want to do it, or it doesn't suit them, or maybe it's and that's fine. In the same way that not everyone that joins a martial arts club is going to get their black belt. Some people will just drop off, and it's as simple as that. But you try and make that persistency stage as short and as easy and as manageable as possible. Now, where people go wrong is they make that persistency stage really hard for themselves. And where they make it really hard for themselves is extreme dieting, or doing a juice diet, or joining a gym that's 15 miles away. So some people will never get through the persistency stage. And that's hard, you have to get, so basically you have to make that persistency stage as easy as possible, right? So you've got your motivation, it's pulling the trigger, it's inspiration or desperation, you move. You get into your persistency stage, and that's just, you just have to grind. In that persistency stage, if you're doing the wrong stuff, so if you're doing a diet or you're doing shitty workouts or you don't really know what you're doing, then your persistency stage will always be a massive, hard, difficult stage. For guys like Aaron, coming off the back of Christmas, he was the persistency stage, he was grinding through it, even though he was working 14-hour days, whatever. He was maybe getting 1 workout a week, chipping away, just trying to prep some food, just trying to get through this persistency stage. And as a coach, I'm always trying to make that stage the easy, a small, easy stage. Once you get through the persistency stage, so you get your motivation, persistence, the next stage is consistency. Persistency leads to consistency. So again, with brushing my teeth now, I don't need to persist with it. It's a habit. I've been consistent long enough that it is a habit. And this is why diets don't work and everything else, because you can't get to the consistency stage. Now, some people will do well on ketosis or low carb or playing with certain sort of like intermittent fasting if it allows them to be consistent. So people will fail because they have the motivation. You do have the motivation, whether it's inspiration or desperation. they're persistent. They go, you know what, I'm going to set an alarm, I'm going to get up, I'm going to run 5 miles every morning. After 2 weeks, it's just been too hard. You know, the cold nights set in, they're maybe not runners, they pick up an injury. It's nice to stay in bed in the morning. So the persistency stage has been made too difficult, and they never get the consistency stage. And once you hit the consistency stage, that's the nice part, because you're enjoying it, you're really starting to see results. If you miss a workout, you're annoyed at yourself, you're like, because you know it feels really good to get a bit of a pump, to see your weights going up and everything else. So yeah, I hope that video helps. Just give a bit of an idea. You know, guys like Aaron will always succeed. They're always going to do well. You know, he is a successful businessman, and he's a clued in guy. And he knows that he had the motivation. He's been persistent enough, regardless of all the obstacles he has, and he has had a lot of obstacles, which, you know, there's a lot of stuff there. And now he's consistent. It's easy. Consistency is the easy part. You just turn up. And you just enjoy the process. So for most people, I just wanted them to know that you're not a failure. You haven't failed at what you've done. You know, you might have tried a bit of powerlifting, you might have tried a bit of CrossFit, you might have tried PT or coaching, you might have tried to get your black belt in martial art or whatever, and it didn't happen for you. But that doesn't mean it won't happen down the line. You know, you might find somewhere where you are able to be more persistent. You might find a martial arts club closer to home. You might find a coach that has more suitable working hours, and you can be persistent with them, and then get consistent. So just keep trying. If anything, Aaron is an example of a guy who knew what he wanted to do and where he wanted to get to, and he just kept chipping away. And now my goals for Aaron are actually next year. I think we'll see Aaron 2.0. So hopefully that's give a bit of an eye opener into my thought process. And it's not even 7 o'clock yet, so I'm gonna train before the kids get up. There you go. Like, subscribe, and do all that cool YouTubey stuff. Thanks for watching.